I thank the chairman, and I thank you for your great service. You have in a long line of people, played an extraordinary role in building this organization, and I think the storms, clouds have passed, and the nation has fully embraced AmeriCorps under your stewardship. So thank you, because I think it means so much for improving the life chances of young people throughout the country and the service they provide. I'm convinced that they get more out of it than the very needed service that they're providing to others. So I visit schools regularly, and there are dozens and dozens of schools in my district in Philadelphia in which, when you show up, there are AmeriCorps volunteers, Corps members who are there, both in our City Year program, and there's been Learn to Serve efforts where you get younger. Well, you get older students working with younger students, which has been quite an extraordinary lift, because both sets of grades go up.
That's right.
And both for the tutor and the young people who are receiving the tutoring. I met a young man who was in Power Corps now, and he had recently been engaged in some antisocial activity, and then God had an epiphany, Mr. Chairman, and decided to move in the right direction, and now is just doing great work at a community level. So, our job here is to dispense, discretionary dollars. I can't think of a better place for us to be investing them. And I got a chance to speak at a graduation or a conclusion of a training session for some of your Vista AmeriCorps members in Philadelphia, but they were from around the country, and we were glad to host them. Right. So I don't know as we go forward, because there's going to be a change in administrations, but I think one constant will be national service and AmeriCorps. And as you think about what's going on in the country, the day is the founding of the Peace Corps, and John F. Kennedy. I know that you are now 22 years old. I know this because I was around and one of the co-sponsors when we created this program, and it was there were some challenges through Eli Siegel and Harris Walford's period, and I was with Harris on Martin Luther King Day, Day of Service, and we had tens of thousands of volunteers in Philadelphia for that activity. But as you think about the bigger picture now for the nation, not about whether we're going to be able to deal in small incremental bites, but what do you if you could talk to the committee about what you see as the opportunities to further build on national service for whoever may be coming in as the next president and the next administration. Be interested in your insights. You've seen the country. You've seen what's going on out there. And if you would share with the committee, the chairman is interested in big picture and not just small picture issues. It'll be helpful to us as we go forward to get a sense of what you think is doable.
Thank you so much for that very thoughtful question. And you mentioned two giants in the national service field. Eli Siegel, who sadly is deceased, but Senator Harris Walford, who's doing fantastic. And no coincidence, I was inducted in this job on his birthday, April 9th, so we share a great bond in many ways. I would like to share with the committee that this year we will induct the 1 millionth AmeriCorps member. It's pretty exciting. Just 21 years ago when this idea was conceived, and so that we'll have 1 million. So where does that take us?